I'm Jerald, so I'll be presenting on this. Oh, sorry. All right, so this is the right spot. All right, can we do the next slide, please? Okay, so just a little bit about myself. I graduated from SIT. I'm actually from the first batch. And I actually started work in a ComHorse, so it's a bit special. Then after that, I later on moved to Heartland Rehab, actually last year, 2023. And other exciting things that happened is I actually got married last year as well. So yeah. My wife is here today to support me, so hello. So I'm currently at the Queenstown branch for Heartland Rehab, and I also go to the Interlace branch as well. And my professional interest includes geriatrics, low back pain, and post-op rehab. And my personal interest is breaking. So I'm very up to date on all the controversy that has happened recently. You can talk to me about it later. I would love to talk about it. Not in this pants. Cannot, bro. Cannot. Okay, so this is the overview of my presentation. Yeah. Okay, so the background. This is actually a research collaboration with SIT. And it's also part of our residency program. And our main supervisor is actually Prof. Benjamin Soon. And actually, both myself and Chang Hui are actually involved in this project. So I'm actually presenting on his behalf as well. And we also have 3 SIT students with us. So for now, the study is still ongoing. Data collection is near completion. So later on, we'll be presenting some preliminary results. The full thing is not quite ready just yet. So in time to come, yeah. Okay, so for the students, they're each gonna basically do one topic each. The first topic being how does the general perception of physiotherapy, TCM, and chiropractors influence the choice of treatment for MSK conditions? Second one, what is the public choice of healthcare professionals and their satisfaction level for treatment of their MSK condition? And thirdly, what are the barriers and facilitators influencing the public's choice to see a certain healthcare profession for their MSK conditions? Alright, so just a bit of a background to why we chose this topic in the first place. So healthcare services in Singapore is ever growing, and this allows patients to basically choose more and more services, which also means that they get to choose all these type of different services, physio, TCM, chiropractic, and all that, alongside conventional medicine. So we want to understand what is the reasons for their choice of this of the healthcare provider that they've selected. Next slide, please. And so the aim of the study is to investigate the key issues that forms the public perception and determine the preferred healthcare provider. And that also allow us to better understand what they expect and what they want from all these services so that we can provide these things. Right, so basically what we have done is we have done a survey to collect data, both quantitative and qualitative. And later on we'll be looking a bit at the qualitative data because the quantitative is not quite done yet. Yeah. So we actually aim to recruit up to 360 participants, and we are collecting quite a few data. You can see over there's quite a number of them, but basically it's various things, their age, their race, certain beliefs, their satisfaction level for different treatment, what healthcare provider they choose, of course, and various other things. Yeah, and all these choices are also broken down further into specific body parts. So we are also interested in whether or not people actually look for specific healthcare providers for specific parts. For example, maybe I have a neck issue, I think that maybe a chiro is more suitable for my condition. That's just an example, yeah. Okay, so this is the preliminary results. So as spoken earlier, the data collection is not quite done yet, so let's look at the qualitative data. Yep, okay, next one. All right, so this is some of the responses that we have received. So I'm not going to read through the responses, but you can just have a look at it on the screen. So it seems that most of our responses state that actually word of mouth is a very, very huge factor in who they choose. So if let's say their family member always visits a physio, they are more likely to visit a physio. And of course, family members will be the go-to in terms of word of mouth recommendations. And also positive past experiences. So as one of the results over here states, the participants' dad always visits a physio for their MSK conditions and they have good results. Therefore, they too will follow suit. All right. Next is actually for the orthopedic doctors. So there's a consensus that most participants, I would say, they value the expertise of orthopedic doctors. So if the orthopedic doctors refer them for, let's say, physio prehab or post-op, they will very likely follow through, and they also very much trust the professional recommendations of the doctors. And also that they appreciate it when they are given more options, such as like maybe not surgery yet, but to do maybe physio first. Yeah, they really, really appreciate that. Okay, next is something that everybody has to deal with. So financial cost is a very, very huge deciding factor, and actually a lot of the responses that we have received state that they will not look for which healthcare provider is not really important. It's whether or not they're covered by their insurance. Yeah, so as long as it's covered, doesn't really matter. Yeah. And also promotional prices is very attractive. One of the responses stated that they look for a chiropractor because of some promotion prices. Yeah. And another interesting or maybe not so interesting thing is that the price outweighs the healthcare provider. So whichever one it is, as long as it fits the price, they'll go for it. Typically cheaper would be better, of course, if they're paying out of pocket especially. Okay, and then for the last one, there seems to be some consensus that physios in particular are more sports specific. Yes. And one interesting thing about it being sports specific is also that there seems to be a general understanding that physio requires multiple sessions to see results, which is kind of good for us because it's good to know that people know that. But on the flip side, actually some people are looking for quick fixes. So they actually don't choose physio, much to our disappointment, because they are looking for very, very fast results and they want they want immediate pain relief. And also one of the responses actually stated that it's in their belief that TCM is more effective in treating his or her sprained ankle, which is quite interesting. So one of the things I mentioned just now is actually true. There seems to be some sort of preference for healthcare provider based on the body part that's affected. Yeah. All right. So once the study is done, we can get to see more interesting data, such as differences in educational level, maybe race-related differences as well, and various other things. And so understanding all these things can help us to better provide for our patients. Yeah. All right. Okay, that's the end of my slides.
Thank you. Big round of applause.